What's happening, guys? Jim the Game Guru. Okay, so let's go over 14 more relaxing and fun games. Now, my previous video of 16 relaxing fun games was actually a pretty big hit. I've had quite a few recommendations from that video. Now, in this video, a lot of these games I have not yet played, but I'm showcasing them because they are recommendations from you, the viewer, from my last video. So I figured, hey, you know what? I think everyone else in the world should probably know as well. If you guys are new here, please consider subscribing. I do have a giveaway coming up for Crosscode for the Nintendo Switch, and I also have another giveaway that's going on right now on my board game channel. So if you're interested in any board game stuff, it is Terraforming Mars. I will have the link to both of those giveaways in the video description. Just go to the video description and click on one of those. If you guys are interested in board game stuff, please subscribe to that board game channel of mine, and you can enter to win the awesome Terraforming Mars board game. Alright, so let's get into this list. The first one I was recommended was Story of Seasons, Friends of Mineral Town. So this one looks pretty cool. It kind of reminds me of like Stardew Valley in a lot of ways, with the farming and with the finding relationships and getting married. And I do like how cute the town looks too in this. So the second game on the list is Story of Seasons, Pioneers of Olive Town. Now, the Friends of Mineral Town is an earlier game that came out in 2020. This Story of Seasons, Pioneers of Olive Town is one that came out in 2021. It looks like it's very, very similar to the Friends of Mineral Town. So I'm not sure if it's worth getting both or just one, because both these games are made by the same developer. It's another one dealing with farming, finding relationships, fishing. A lot of the same type of stuff as you'll see in Stardew Valley are in both of these titles. The third on the list is Feather. And Feather is a peaceful game about immersing yourself in a beautiful island. Become a bird, fly around, and lose yourself in a zen-like flow whilst listening to the soothing ambient soundtrack. Yeah, I mean, you're just a bird. You're a bird in this game, very super relaxing, and you're just flying around the island, and just, it looks like you can kind of fly through certain kind of triangular things. I don't know what those mean in this game. Now, there is another game that's very similar to this. It's called Airy, and there's actually 3 different versions of Airy, but I don't think those games looked as good as Feather. Alright, so the next 2 games are very, very bizarre. Relaxing, but bizarre. The 4th game on the list is going to be Shape of the World. The world that grows around you, the environment and flora constantly flourish and fade as you wander in Shape of the World, a serene and surrealist first-person explorer. You'll travel through dreamlike forests, aquatic caves, and peaceful shores accompanied by psychedelic wildlife. Yeah, this one definitely looks very, very strange. The 5th game on the list is Everything. Everything is an interactive simulation game where every single object in the universe is a playable character, from atoms to animals to planets to galaxy. The player can manipulate the world in infinite ways and construct their own while exploring the interconnected relationships between everything. Yeah, this one, these like the animals and everything that kind of move in this game look very, very odd. It's another one of those oddball games, very strange. It looks like one of those games where you have to kind of stop and think about a lot of things and how they're, not as far as gameplay, but thinking about things just in general, how things are connected and kind of in an exploratory kind of way. 6th game on the list is Air Memories of Old. Now this one I had a review not too long ago, which was actually a pretty decent game. This game is mainly a puzzle game. You are this bird, like this person that can change into a bird, and what happens is you're going on this quest, and you have to find 3 different artifacts in the world and complete something that someone in the past could not have done. Ultra relaxing music. You don't have a lot of NPCs, don't have a lot of things to interact with. I think a lot of the relaxing bits of this game is just flying around, trying to find places you need to go, and solving puzzles. 7th game on the list is Haven Park. This was actually pretty interesting. This is where you're managing your own campground. So B. Flint, who is doing his very best to keep his grandma's park up and running and make it a place for the campers to enjoy. Learn the campers' wishes and build whatever their hearts desire to attract even more quirky characters and look forward to a whimsical conversations and quest. 8th game on the list is Littlewood. This one is got super cute pixel art, very tiny kind of characters in pixel art, very tiny looking town. Another one of those games where you kind of shape the town around you, place buildings where you want them, do some farming. In this game, the world has already been saved. Now it's time for you to rebuild your town, master new hobbies, and forge lifelong relationships in this peaceful and relaxing RPG. 9th game on the list is ABZU. This game is it's an underwater exploration game where you don't do too much. You don't attack anything, you don't do anything. You just basically swim underwater and you're kind of discovering these little temples, interacting with a few things here and there to discover species. It's kind of a short game. It's a very beautiful and relaxing game as you go through and you look around all this underwater vegetation and swim through all these fishes. Sometimes you go through these crazy things where all these fishes swim around you. It's a good game to get on a deep sale. I wouldn't spend more than $10 on ABZU. $5 even better. 10th game on the list is DORAEMON Story of Season. The setting is natural, and at the center of this island is the mystical big tree. Doraemon and friends will each take on a role to help out around town, but building a farm and raising horses and cattle like in other Story of Season games isn't the only thing to do. Explore the town of Natura and go on adventures, catch bugs, and much, much more. So yeah, just another one of those games where you're farming, going on quests, just doing little activities and kind of just wasting away some time. The 11th game on the list is Graveyard Keeper. Graveyard Keeper is the most inaccurate medieval cemetery management sim of the year. Build and manage your own graveyard while finding shortcuts to cut costs, expand into entertainment with witch-burning festivals, and scare nearby villagers into attending church. Yeah, this game is all about building. So instead of building a farming and crafting things within like a farm, this game is all about a graveyard, building up your graveyard. And they have actually some cool expansions in this game. And one of the expansions is you can have zombies that you can use as helpers to help build your graveyard. Pixel art on that game too is beautiful. I mean, it is on point. The 12th game on the list is one that's coming out soon. I really am interested in this game because it's super, super cheap. It's only $3. I am huge into finding like these little $5 or $3 gems on the eShop. And when I say $5 gems, I'm not talking about the games that are $30 and then they go on sale for $5. I'm talking about the games that are $5 regular price. So in Instant Farmer, it looks like it's a puzzle game where you have to match certain blocks, and then what happens is your farm kind of builds up in the background. I don't expect too much as far as gameplay, but I'm hoping it's a good, relaxing puzzle game where you can actually build a large farm in the background. That'd be super awesome. But we'll have to wait and see how the game turns out. Who knows? It might be a really good game or it could be total garbage. But it's okay because spending $3 on a rolling the dice is fine with me. 13th game on the list is Islanders. And this one I recently picked up. This game is a game where it's kind of like a puzzle game, kind of like a town building game. But it's very, very simple. You don't gather resources. And all you're doing is you're placing buildings. And when you place buildings, there's a high score mode where you have to try to get the most points as possible. The way you do that is basically the proximity of buildings as you put them down on the island. There is a sandbox mode to this game too. The sandbox mode is really, really weak. I mean, so boring because there's nothing really that challenges you in the sandbox mode. All you're doing is you're putting down buildings and that's it. You're decorating an island basically. Like an island decoration game. So I don't really play the sandbox mode. I play the high score mode because that is where the challenge is. But I feel like this game also has a good foundation for them to build something better in the future. The last game on the list, 14th game on the list, is Toem. This is something that's going to be coming out in the future. I think it might be this fall. I can't remember the release date on it. And this game just oozes with charm. It's all in black and white, has this kind of creative drawing style to it, and you're kind of in this Scandinavian land, and you're going through on this adventure and taking pictures of things. Looks really relaxing. It looks like it could actually be a really decent game, and I'm hoping that the charm and the story and the going around and taking photographs and all comes together in a good, relaxing title. There you go, guys. Additional 14 games on the list. Now we are up to 30 relaxing, fun titles on the Nintendo Switch. If you guys like this video, please like, and if you are new here, please consider subscribing. Bye, guys.